Welcome back, everybody,
It's another week.
of your favorite crypto podcast,
Sometimes crypto.
the Unscripted.
Crypto podcast.
Ayo, we made it. We
Hey,
made it. We're here again.
it's another Zoomies style
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
Y'all might have to get used to this style for a long time.
Yeah, we're gonna hop on this format of podcast.
Very soon.
Hope, yeah, very soon. Hopefully, we get better at as we go, and hopefully, we get better at it faster than our previous versions of the podcast.
Yes.
Right, right. We learn to learn. We
We
learn
can
to
do
learn
that.
on this journey we call life. But let's hop into it, William. I haven't been looking at the markets lately, and you told me some very stark news.
It's not Stark, it's just a little red.
It's a little red. He says it's a bloodbath, and she says it's a little red.
Okay, it's a little red. Okay, so quick. I'm on trading. You give me 2.5 seconds. 12-hour chart. Bitcoin's currently down 4%.
Can we get a screen share with you? Can we get a screen share? Maybe
Damn
utilize
it.
some of these potential tools that we might.
These charts I don't. These charts are not very pretty, but I can screen share.
Yeah,
Here, let me.
let the people roast you, William. Just
No, I deleted everything on this chart. You can roast me now.
he's like done. It's gone.
You will be able to roast me after I open this.
After it gets opened up. Cool.
So as of right now, 12-hour
Bitcoin's
chart.
saying-
We have dropped about 4% some change. Bitcoin staying at 42,000, and I got
Yeah,
100 bucks.
just under 42.
Sol is also down from its little peak of 106 down to 93. Well, that's a little lower. 90, 94.20.
This is a 12-hour chart, so each candle's 12 hours.
Yeah. You're gonna do
And
8
there's
hours.
like what four candles there. So like past 2 days has been
I,
going
I, I
down.
got you. I got you. I'll do the 8 hour one. It's just it's a low screen for me, and I can't make it bigger. Like
It's
it's
on
I'm
a little,
struggling.
because you're sharing because you got the split
Yes.
screen. So we
Yeah.
we need multiple
Yeah.
monitors when we get the
Yeah.
setup
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Oh, actually I can enter full screen. Give me a second. Oh, I can see now. This is currently where we are on Sol. We dropped a little bit. Mark, yeah, you see, these are kind
Yeah,
of the same
red.
tokens we
Just
had.
red, just red all over.
It's just a little down right now.
Mhm.
Nothing too crazy. I'll stop sharing now.
Yeah. So we get the gist of it. Definitely, the market's a little red at this
It's a
moment,
little red.
but
Prices dropped.
we
Yeah.
we expect some consolidation.
Well, Bitcoin has a little bit of room to go down here.
Yeah, for
On
sure.
that, I wasn't showing the weekly RSIs, but they're still not at the bottom. So you can still retouch that 38 and maybe even go a little lower than that.
Fingers
But
crossed.
what I was going to say
Crossed.
was the FOMC
Mhm.
meeting was today. Oh, you're saying fingers crossed hopefully it goes down? I agree with you. My portfolio could go red for a few weeks so I can just buy
Yeah,
the
just
dip.
start scooping up.
I mean, I just bought some more of that Kuji at a lower rate. I was looking at Kujira today, and I was looking at tracking my assets. I didn't know I bought Kujira. Like I rebought it at like $4.
You
Like I
rebought it
didn't.
for.
I
You
bought
didn't
more at
process
four.
that you have more in the bag that you just weren't.
Yeah, I was doing math. I'm like, why is it not mathing? And I'm like, oh,
That's
I bought like 50 worth of them at like $4. I'm like, what idiot did this? Whatever.
It's like when you find some extra change in your pocket that
Not the
you
same.
weren't.
That's
Not the
typically
same.
money up. Right now, it's money down. That's not the same thing.
You're like
That's
right now
not.
it hurts.
Right now it
You're
hurts.
like,
Right now it's bleeding a little bit. My butt hurt. My butthole hurts a little bit.
That's
I
unfortunate.
That is.
That's unfortunate.
Back to what I was saying. FOMC meeting
Yeah.
happened.
Is the market
Nothing.
down because of the FOMC?
You could say that. All that was really said was rates stay the same. There's no decrease or increase. That they need more. They need more data
More
to give a
time.
concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, more data, and essentially that they're gonna wait like the if nothing changes drastically from here to the next meeting, which is in March, nothing's gonna happen. Let's say we're like no change. There won't be an increase. There won't be a decrease in rate. It will probably just be another no rate increase,
If things
decrease.
stay the same, if
Yeah,
things stay the same, they won't.
yeah,
They
that's
won't
what
do that.
Powell said. He wouldn't drop the mark. He wouldn't drop the rate at this point if there's
Mm,
not concrete evidence of inflation coming down.
I see.
Essentially, I don't know.
Yeah. If that's the right call, that's up to him, I guess.
But
But
that's what he
definitely,
said. We'll have to wait on it.
yeah, it's definitely a potential reason why, um, what's it called, that the market's down. Seeing how probably people have already priced in um, some of those rate cuts.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been looking at the news too much lately, but what I did end up doing was reading the Binance research January report for the full year of 2023 and their themes for 2024.
Which came out at the end. That came out this year, right? Or
Yeah, it came
at the
out this
beginning.
year, like early January, right before, or at least it looks like portions of it were written before the approval of the Bitcoin ETF because they were
Gotcha.
still talking about how they were expecting that to affect the market. But in all honesty, I am sick and tired of
Didn't say
talking about
shit.
Bitcoin. No, I just been talking about Bitcoin, talking Bitcoin left and right. So I was just reading more about like the Ethereum, the modular blockchains, and the ZK rollup stuff because I just feel like I've been on the Bitcoin bandwagon for for a while. I was like, okay, I know where Bitcoin stands on my list of priorities, but you can't get that, at least personally. I don't think tunnel vision. It's not the greatest thing to have. It's always good to keep eyes
Coming from
open.
the guy who owns more, that owns majority Bitcoin and no alts.
Right, right. That's
I
why.
think
That's
I
why I
think your
said
portfolio looks like 2% alts and like 98% Bitcoin.
just mostly Bitcoin.
I don't know what you're talking about. Tunnel vision right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying. You
sorry
gotta
for
avoid the
interrupting.
tunnel vision. Yeah. So Ethereum was like the one of the bigger alts that they're talking about. Let me see if I could share my screen actually, so that we
You
could.
can. I just did it.
You just did it, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I meant like
I
let's
just
see if
did
I'm
it.
capable, competent enough to pull that to pull it up.
I would
Very
hope so.
specific,
You went to school for this
right?
stuff. You went to school for
Right,
computers.
right.
You might
Yeah.
not be good at it, but you did this.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you, William. I have no idea what no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I found the button. I found the button. Relax. Relax. Window. Boom. Right here. So this is kind of like one of the charts that they showed up
Damn, son, I
on the
can't see
report.
that. Give me.
You can't see it.
I'm making it full screen, or trying to at least, though. Damn it, give me a second. I'm trying to see if I can see this. Okay, I see it now. Ooh.
Why? It's small. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, because I had this on a small screen. Now I just made this big. I'm not too tech savvy
Oh,
with this
okay.
computer stuff. You know what I'm
Okay, I
saying?
see. I see why you were seeing it. Okay, but everyone else should be seeing it. Fine. But yeah, this is just a pretty much like the summary of all the layer ones, the major layer ones besides Bitcoin. Um, the main things to note here is like,
That they put themselves in front of everyone as
yeah, right. It's actually like the stake to supply of Ethereum compared to the other ones. But yeah, BNB has a very small stake supply also, total stake supply. So of all the Ethereum in circulation, only 23.9% is staked, and Binance is even smaller at 14.2%. Um, and apparently, also Binance Chain is technically separate from Binance Company itself.
yes.
Like they kind of like so. I don't know how well they're endorsing it, or I'm pretty sure they still care about it. It's their baby, but yeah, a lot of the narratives that were talked about in this report has to do with the stake supply. Solana is going really strong with 87.8% of total Solana locked up, and I thought it interesting. Like factoid here based off of this is the total developers, with Ethereum having 5,769 developers. I have no idea where they pulled that number from, but I was like, that's a pretty sizable chunk of developers, and then like 946 on the Solana network. Tron is painfully low. No one's developing on Tron.
So many chains to develop on, too.
Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely true. And I was just like, okay, well, that's pretty interesting. The fact that like Ethereum has a very small, but like I'm sorry, I'm scratching my foot. Very small amount of like Ethereum staked, but overall, since the Shanghai update, when it came out in April, it's been going up, obviously, with 9.4 million ETH. Surprisingly, a lot of the ETH being staked is coming from centralized exchanges and also liquid staking protocols, which we covered beforehand. And I'm actually going to share that screen also right here. So on this chart, we could see that centralized exchanges have a really good chunk, and so does liquid staking. It's actually the largest participant for Ethereum staking.
I mean, that makes sense for Ethereum, especially.
Yeah, of course. I'm like, just the
It
fact
takes
that you
what,
could
31
reprove-
ETH?
Yeah, it takes a lot of ETH. Somewhere 30s. I don't remember if it's 31, but yeah, something like that. A huge amount of ETH to be staked. And of that percentage that's in the liquid staking protocol, 32% of it is coming from the Lido protocol.
Lido Finance?
Yeah. It was about $21 billion in total value locked,
Nice.
which is insane.
That's a lot.
At least I think it's pretty crazy.
On that
Yeah,
same
I'm
thought?
Yeah, on the same ETH thought, there's a new another upgrade coming out.
I was
Schedule.
talking about that, but yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's scheduled out for Q1 of 2024. I don't know how to pronounce it. I believe it's called a Denkun upgrade.
Upgrade.
Denkun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's supposed to make the L2s more efficient.
Yep.
Make it more economically viable and easier for the roll-ups to be plugged in and functional. You said you were going to mention something else for you.
That the Twitter world caught up to what we said, I think, last week or the week before. That ETF for ETH is probably set to approve for May.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is when the final decision has to be made on it.
Okay.
And since it's in the same predicament as Bitcoin, like it has a futures ETF. I mean, a futures trading ability. They have to approve a spot.
A spot. Yeah. Kind of like presidents.
Yeah, and that'll be called capricious.
Capricious.
So, did you know? Because I'm trying to talk about something completely random. Did you know? I didn't know this. Filecoin reached like $200 last bull run.
That it reached 200.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember the price that it reached. If I'm being honest.
Oh, I'm telling you what it reached.
Okay,
I saw
yeah.
I looked at the chart.
Yeah. No, but you asked me if I know. I'm saying I don't remember what the price of it. But I believe. I figured that you're telling me that it reached 200.
I saw that today, and I was like, "What in the world is this?"
You weren't expecting $200 Filecoin.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It got. I'm looking at the chart right now. I'm just endlessly scrolling, and it literally, Filecoin, wicked up to 236 on Monday, Monday 5 April 2021. and it closed at 182. That's crazy.
Hmm. What's it sitting at now?
$5.
Fab. Oh Lord.
$5.
Okay.
I don't think it'll do 200, but you gotta do 30, right? Something like that.
Maybe 30. Maybe 30. Right. Yeah, 200 is kind of
But
ridiculous. Also, think about it.
I feel like
But then
sharing that
again, I don't.
information.
Then again, I don't exactly know what their like what's it called, coin distributions like. I don't know how much is being minted. I don't know how much is in circulation.
They have a hard. They don't have a. They have a hard cap.
They don't have a hard cap. You hearing me? Oh no,
Oh, we froze.
no internet connection.
Oh, he left. What it do, people? We here. We still out here recording. So we'll continue rocking and rolling for now until see if he joins back in a little bit. So on that Filecoin and what he was talking about, let's see Filecoin real quick. If it does, what's its hard cap and all that. Yeah, put it up real quick. It's number 39 on CoinGecko. Yeah, it has a max supply of 1.9 billion, a circulating supply of 500 million, and a fully diluted valuation of $9.6 billion. And then
We're talking about Filecoin.
I was telling the audience about
How
Filecoin
many? How
and how
many?
they have a 1.96 billion hard cap,
Okay,
a circulating supply of 500 million,
they
and all
are.
that good stuff as you disappeared on me.
Yeah, I mean it's sitting at $5 right now. So yeah, circulating value is pretty high. If the full circulation were to be out, that's the question. How much would that total value be at 1.9 billion? Yeah, no, of course it's not. But uh, I'm just curious as to like what the potential like 9.5 trillion.
So Filecoin has a 1.9 billion max supply, total supply. The current circulating supply is 500 million, and its current fully diluted value is 9.6 billion.
I wonder why it went up so much the last cycle. People were just super.
Yes.
Oh, like quick. Okay.
All right, but it's not. So until then,
Carried it up. Hmm. Okay, so just like riding the hype wave. I see.
all right, moving forward though. What else do
Hmm.
you have for us from that Binance report?
Apparently the new like uh, thesis is the term that they use for blockchain. It's modular. Uh, the ways blockchains work right now is we use monolithic blockchains where the single chain is being used for multiple functions,
Hmm.
and the modular blockchains would be essentially breaking up these functions into separate chains. That's kind of like what Celestia is doing. So the forward like functions that monolithic blockchains do are consensus, data availability, execution, and settlement. Essentially, modular blockchains would be an individual blockchain for each one of these four different functions. In the case for Celestia, it'd be a data availability blockchain.
Hmm.
Uh, that it would be a blockchain that pretty much is focused on data availability, um, which is obviously one of the four key components of what functions blockchains do. And well, the Denkun update is going to be supposedly helping the rollups, which is uh, like the layer two function of like the specific function for rollups are for the execution uh, layer of the uh,
Of the
blockchain
chain, of the
functions.
protocol.
Yeah. Mhm. So the two main ones that are kind of like leading the industry is the optimistic rollups and the zero knowledge rollups. But then there's also optimiums and validiums. They are significantly smaller in share, but still pretty relevant in terms of like which ones they're because I remember seeing them in pretty big name coins. But essentially, optimistic rollups retain 80% of market share for change running rollups, and zero knowledge proofs uh, account for 10%. Uh, so everything else is significantly smaller. Uh, the main like what's it called? Differences between the optimistic rollups and the ZK rollups is kind of the fact that optimistic in the names like name kind of says it's optimistic that the bundle of transactions that's submitting to the chain is valid. Granted, they run some check, but they don't know for sure. Versus zero knowledge proof checks, they are proving that it is valid before submitting it to the chain.
Mm-hmm.
Now, uh, what does this imply? This implies that uh, ZK proofs kind of require more computing power, therefore going to cost more, and just make fees more expensive overall. While the optimistic one, since it doesn't require these proofs, it's typically cheaper. However, to kind of like counteract like this fact that like there might be invalid transactions, there's this thing called like a vesting waiting period
Mm-hmm.
where before the transactions are actually submitted to the blockchain, it needs to wait about like 7 days on average before the the transaction settled versus the ZK proofs where it could be done more instantaneously at the cost of higher fees.
Yeah.
It's a trade off. A lot of people are kind of like using the optimistic rollups right now for developing use cases. Like, oh, we want to test the market and see what's gonna stick, what's not gonna stick, and then do the like transition from the optimistic because no one likes it the fact that the optimistic rollups kind of like require that 7 day vesting period. And then
Mm-hmm.
also something I forgot to mention is that it kind of is like a little bit centralized in the fact that like there's someone who like manages that transaction being sent out to the chain. So overall, like people, even Vitalik says that like the end game would be the zero knowledge rollups, the ZK rollups. But like I said, since it's cheaper right now, people are testing out different like business models on chain with the optimistic rollups. And
So the wait and see type
uh,
of thing until,
so
or both will be used.
definitely both are being used right now, and they're both going to be like growing in use case for this year. Specifically for this year, we're probably going to see a lot more of optimistic stuff coming out due to like let's say gaming or socialfi, where uh, social media would be decentralized on platforms like this, where it doesn't make sense for people to be paying more for something that they don't even know if it's gonna stick around in the long term.
Yeah.
So Binance is seeing a lot more, or expecting a lot of developers to be working on optimistic rollups in the short term this year, but they still expect to see growth, continuous growth for ZK rollups. And then they ended up talking about Celestia after that. seeing how it is kind of like part of this whole uh like
Movement.
death to the death to the monolithic and onwards to the modular blockchain where so rollups kind of do the execution level type stuff of
Mm-hmm.
transactions, and then the Celestia blockchain does data availability. It makes sure the information is easy for other chains built on top of it to be pulled out and available. As we know, like Celestia just launched in April. I mean, my bad. In Halloween. April was the Shanghai update. In Halloween last year, a few months ago.
Yeah, October.
Uh-huh. And it's functional with Arbitrum Orbit, Polygon CDK, and the OP stack, which is also like optimistic, and it can integrate with like all these chains can integrate with Celestia. Now the cool thing is that the Polygon CDK is kind of like developer tools that lets ZK rollups
Mm-hmm.
kind of like use Celestia out the box. Like, so implementing the ZK rollups kind of like integrates Celestia onto those chains pretty easily for the developers. And then they also gone to mention that Celestia is absolutely killing it in the market and that it's up 450% since it launched. When obviously at the time of writing. At the time of writing. It looks like it's not going to be uh, a blip, a small blip on the radar. It's definitely going to be making waves, which is some
Yeah,
cool
no,
stuff.
100%. I mean, I'm buying some TF.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm waiting
yeah.
for these prices to drop.
hmm Yeah, I mean, like with the little pullbacks we're watching with Bitcoin now, but looking for that big pullback before the tsunami.
No, there is no more big pullbacks. 20% is the new 30.
20% is new 30. That's possible.
20% is the new 30, guys. Get over it. It's okay. It happens. 20% is the new 30, and they're going to be quick wicks, and it's okay.
Quick wicks. Oof. You got to be on the market for catching those returns, those quick sniping positions.
Man, that's gonna be the new 30. I feel it.
You can feel it in your bones.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
What?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, Bitcoin hit 46, right? Am I right?
Okay.
Hit 46, wick to 36, 38, my bad. Solana wick to what was it? What did it wick to? Exactly. Wick to 125, 120, and then dropped to 80. Bitcoin did a 20% retracement, so did a 35% retracement. That's what we're going to be seeing from now on.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
In my
That's what we're
humble
seeing.
opinion.
If that's what you're seeing, and just like this new trend,
It's a safe bet.
yeah, it's just consistent.
Yeah, it's a safe bet in my opinion.
Yeah. People are still feeling pretty greedy about Bitcoin, which is why you say that the moving average can potentially drop down and still we can sell more. Like the greed and fear index is currently at 60, so people are still
Yeah,
feeling a
it's
little
high.
greedy.
It's not time to buy it.
People are
I need
still
people to be very, very fearful. I want people
very
not to
fearful,
want to touch it.
right? We need some bad news coming out.
Yeah.
So
So
I
on
was
more
talking to
good
someone.
news. Uh huh.
Okay.
No,
No, I
you
was
were
just
saying
gonna
something.
say that I was talking to someone about local government and potential like differences of whatever government we have in the U.S. And then eventually I drove the conversation to ask about Bitcoin because obviously I need to ask.
Of
And the
course.
guy's like, nah, I don't know if it's gonna be a thing. He's like, oh, his belief was that ultimately the state comes up on top. I was like, I understand where you're coming from because the history, like that he told me, I was like, I can see that point of view, but at least in America, we toppled the government. Uh, to the thing is, we came up with our own government after that. But like, I don't know. I was like, he's not too optimistic about Bitcoin, so there's still some fear. But I don't think he's play. I don't think he's a player in the market, so I don't think he counts.
Nah,
Yeah,
no.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, do they count people who are not participating in the market as in the fear and greed index?
I don't think so.
That's an interesting. Yeah, because I know that they talk about like the fear and greed index kind of like pulls information from like obviously market analysis, but they also do pull information from like government news, like news that's going on globally, and then trends going on on social media, depending on like what
Yeah.
hashtags are, like
I'm
overall
gonna also
sentiments.
assume mainstream media too. The more they talk about it and hype it up,
Yeah,
that
of
influences it
course.
too.
Hmm. Yeah, so they kind of like aggregate a whole bunch of information um, to see what people are thinking. But like, if you're not talking about it, then you can't really say you're greedy or fearful. You actively have to be talking about it in a place that's can be monitored.
Nah, yeah, we're long term bulls here.
Oh, for sure,
Such
for sure.
we are such long term bulls, right?
That. Hmm.
I don't. Damn it! I lost my article. Whatever.
You lost your
And you,
article.
I lost the article I was gonna talk about. Whatever. But that
Mm.
Visa has now given an off ramp and on ramp to crypto from their own debit cards.
That's amazing news. Visa pulling in clutch yet again, yet again.
Which in the article it doesn't specify how they will be doing it, like what's the exact method that will be used to do so.
Hmm.
But
So
what?
what I saw was that they're partnering up with someone for the infrastructure called Transact,
Yeah.
which kind of like builds on ramps and off ramps for companies, and they're doing it through Visa's direct program. Yeah. Besides that, I wasn't really able to see what like the specific methods in which how they're going to do it, but um, they're definitely working with a crypto based company that focuses on ramping and off ramping people, and they're working with their platform. They want to make sure it's as peer to peer as possible, according
Yeah.
to what I saw on the Visa Direct websites. So like on their subpage and their use cases.
Which it would make sense to
But
use. Mhm.
I was gonna ask if by any chance if they said when they're launching that or if they just announced that they will be launching that soon.
I think it was announced they'll be launching it.
Okay. Yeah.
And I would say it makes sense that they would be using the Solana network at some point, maybe not yet, or integrating that since already partnered up with Sol to do the to cancel out transactions in stablecoin through Solana.
Yeah, I think it's with USDC, right? That they're working with
Yes.
to do transactions. Again, I think that's a genius move for Visa. They have a huge client bases. This might be bigger than the ETF news once they start rolling that out. Like more beneficial actually for the movement,
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
especially if it is peer to peer. Like they like so I'm on their website right now. It says domestic peer to peer. cross-border remittances, account-to-account transfers. They want to increase payouts to small businesses, payouts to workers, and to consumers, because they're also working on that rewards program.
Yes. So you think
This
Visa
is
is going to be the first one integrated to Web3?
100%. I already have a Visa card that's crypto kind of enabled, kind of.
You mean the Coinbase one?
No, it's not Coinbase. It's crypto.com.
Oh.
Wait, do I have a Coinbase one? I don't know. Yeah, the one I have right now is crypto.com.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a Coinbase one. At least not with me.
So now the Coinbase one, they also have one.
Yeah. No. So like, what I thought about the crypto.com card was that I can actually spend my crypto directly, but it doesn't work that way. I need to go on my app and what's it called? Sell or like, yeah, sell the assets actually for USD, either USDC or USDT on the platform within my account, and then I could spend it and transfer it to the card. Probably what they're going to be doing with Visa is just include payment methods on like the actual terminal. Be like, oh, do you want to pay in Bitcoin? Yeah, and then if your card has Bitcoin, if you have Bitcoin in your Visa account,
The terminal,
or
well,
it won't be
the person
Bitcoin.
receiving
It'd
it.
be Solana USDC. My bad.
Yeah. And it'll also be the person receiving it would have to have it set up to do so
Correct. Yeah.
until
But
it comes integrated.
yeah, but they're working with people. They have a huge like customer support, like faculty. They're just like out there making sure everything's up to date and kind of like meets their customer requirements.
Yeah.
That's really good news. Like honestly, I'm really excited about that.
The tone of your voice shows so much excitement.
I'm sorry, William. I'm sorry, William. I had a long day. You know, like we're fighting battles out here, trying to make things happen. I am excited. I really. Also, I'm practicing on making my voice deeper.
Who told you you
5%.
need a deeper voice?
No one said I needed a deeper voice.
Then?
I just noticed
Uh-huh.
deep voices are generally
Are
like
sexy?
more notable. Yeah, more notable. That sexy is one of them, I guess, but more notable. They command more respect.
Gotcha.
There's a study. Now that we're talking about voices, of
Okay.
about a guy who was in like a busy subway terminal, and they
Mm-hmm.
put tape on the floor in a square, right? And the guy was just kind of like standing next to the square space on the floor, and as people were walking, he would tell them, "Get out my space, get out my space." But like the first example, he was doing it like with a very high pitched, squeaky voice, "Get out my
Mm-hmm.
space, get out my space," and like people weren't really paying attention to him. And then he changed his tonality
To
to
Bane?
pretty much. He said it much deeper, and then people were like either completely avoid the space, or like if they invaded the little square space, they like hop out. You know,
Like, my
damn.
bad.
Yeah. They were like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. So like tonality kind of like uh, issues authority to a degree. I mean, it sounds a little bit more aggressive. Don't get me wrong, but like because he was kind of screaming. It was in a subway terminal. It's different when you're having a conversation with somebody. You know?
Fair enough.
But yeah.
What else you got for us? Or that's it?
um,
Or you're like
I
liquidated?
I haven't liquidated any of my positions yet. Now that you asked,
I meant you, not your
I'm
positions, but okay.
no, I
You
kind
only
of
hold
read.
Bitcoin. I don't know what you would be liquidating right now.
I don't know what you're talking about with him. I don't only own Bitcoin. I
Alex, be
don't
honest.
only own Bitcoin.
Be honest with the
I don't.
audience and me. How much? What's your
I
portfolio ratio? Give me a percentage.
William. So like the thing is, it's actually majority Bitcoin. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me
What
wrong. I'm
percentage?
not
I
saying it,
want a
but
number.
I haven't recalculated it. I haven't recalculated it.
From the
It
last time
doesn't
you
matter.
remembered.
From the last time I remember, I think it was like a 65%. But
That's a lie.
since then, since then, no, no, no,
You're a
no. It was
liar.
65. It was around 65%. But since then, I'm not liquidating my Bitcoin with it. I'm liquidating everything else before I liquidate my Bitcoin.
You're such a liar.
Right now it's probably sitting at like 90%.
You were never 65% Bitcoin.
100%.
No,
No, this
no,
guy. He's just like, no, you're wrong. He's like, you hype up Bitcoin too much.
no. You're a
Look,
liar.
I'll do my calculations. I'll let you know.
You're
I'll
such
let
a
you know.
liar.
I'll give you accurate numbers. I'll give you accurate numbers. So I have these
Did,
fucking
well, shut up. I
what's it
don't care
called?
about
Like,
that. So
like
FTX shareholders are gonna get paid out in full, apparently.
no way.
Yeah, I read
Nice,
that
but
today.
that's good for them.
Don't. And we're here fighting with Celsius just to get 30% back. We were in
Celsius
the wrong
pissing me off.
bankruptcy. We were in the wrong
We were in
bankruptcy.
the we were in the wrong bankruptcy.
Everyone's gonna be like, you should have owned your own Bitcoin. You should have not your keys, not your coins. Well, look, fuck you. First of all,
We
we
took
were in the
risk.
wrong
We took some.
bankruptcy. We should have been
We
in FTX. We would have been made whole right now.
were made whole.
Yeah.
Damn, you win some, you lose some with him. That's what
Bro,
this
they were
life is
made
all about.
whole faster than we got our 30%.
Yeah, it's insane. Just haven't gotten it.
We're still speculating we're getting 30%.
Yeah, we don't even we don't even know if it's there.
Right?
Yeah,
What were you saying
yeah,
about your AirPods?
that's. Oh, so like these things have like different gummies inside. I just been using
Yes.
the default ones, but they're too big. Apparently I got like
Those are too big.
yeah, like the ones that come with.
I got the large ones.
Yeah, no, this is way too big. It like squeeze out. It squeeze. I got small ear holes.
I
It's like
is
squeeze.
that my ears like the little ones and the medium ones would go in too deep and the plastic would hurt my ear. So I got the bigger
Uh,
one so it wouldn't go in so deep.
yeah, no, these like fall out. Like I gotta constantly be like, yeah,
Are you sure if they fall out it's not too small?
damn. No, no, I think what it is, it's too big. You made me think there for a second. I think it's too big and it just like doesn't go inside. Yeah, but no, I got nothing else for us, William. I was just just reading into like that report and went
That's how you came up with the
into
report.
came in with it. So you
Listen,
see,
people.
the thing is,
Okay.
I was reading it and I thought I had more information than I had, because I don't know. So I always do this thing where I kind of when I'm presenting something, I'm talking about it. I kind of go about it faster than I anticipate to be. I did a presentation in seventh grade one time, and the guys, everyone in my class said, "Damn, you said that presentation faster than Busta Rhymes sang that song that was popular back in 2012." So
Yo.
it's a habit that I need to fix.
All right, so I'm gonna drop it. We're buying more Sol if it goes below $80. Any Sol below 80, we're buying more.
Wait a minute, I already set up. Wait a minute, in this entire conversation, I've already set up my direct deposit 20% going to Soul. So don't worry about me buying Soul. 20%? No, correction, 40%. All of
Damn, big money baller.
it. I'm going
I see you.
40% deep into Soul.
I see you.
That's it. And then what if I see 40% is too much, I'm moving somewhere to Celestia.
And I'm also buying more Celestia.
Yeah.
That's
Celestia
gonna be
seems
like that's gonna be like
Celestia seems
an
killer.
$80 token easily in this bull run.
Celestia seems killer. Absolutely.
Eight. I'm also buying more Pith.
Pithy.
I have an order open now for 35 cents to just buy.
Okay. One thing that I've kind of like put as my New Year's resolution is to set up a Filecoin node.
Okay. I'm also buying more Filecoin just because I'm really negative on the one I have right now.
You're like, you need a
Yeah,
DCA.
I
You need
need
a
to balance it
DCA really
out.
quickly.
The thing is, I bought at peak at local peak. Prices dipped a little. I bought and it went lower. I'm like, gotta buy more.
Gotta buy more.
It's that whole Bitcoin meme: buy the dip, and it keeps on
Yeah.
dipping.
And then you run out of funds to buy the dip.
You're like, gotta sell the house. I'm there with Filecoin.
Uh, yeah.
Even Kuji, I was planning like my buying strategies ahead of time, and it just
Hmm.
hit them.
Nice.
But not Filecoin. Not Filecoin was not prepared like that.
Gotta find the small new coins coming up. Buy and then hold them.
Pith,
Pith
Jupiter Network dropped their airdrop today.
today.
Yeah, price broke out as it was coming out at $2. Currently sitting at 60 cents.
Okay,
Respectfully, last time I
that's
saw
not
it.
bad. It's not
We're
bad.
buying that. We're buying more. We're buying that at 50 and 40 cents like it's hotcakes on sale. That's
How
a
do you feel
Solana
about
Dex.
Jito?
Huh?
Jito,
We're buying more Jito too. It's just not in my price range right now.
which is not.
Because I
It's
got
not in
because
your
I got
realm.
because I got screwed by Jito a little while ago.
Jito got you.
Jito got me.
Damn.
But right now, depending on how these prices go, Jito at like $1.60 to $1.50 seems like a good price. That's like the lows that it hit a couple weeks back,
Mm,
respectfully.
respectfully.
Yeah, so like 618 is like $1.70. 786 a dollar 60. What did I say?
Mhm.
From its current peak to prices. If you go from like current price to that, it's even less. I got nothing else to share with you, bro.
Well,
I was
apparently
eating for
German
price movement.
authorities. Yeah, I see. German authorities just seized 50,000 Bitcoin from a piracy website that was operational back in 2013. That
Man,
is
these governments are
approximately.
just like seizing Bitcoin. Bunch of thieves.
Yeah, I mean they're stealing it from criminals, so
Yeah, but it's not like they want to do anything with the Bitcoin. They just want to hold it and be like, well,
they
just
just
in
want to hold it
case.
inside. Well, okay, steal Bitcoin from criminals, fine,
We should steal it from the
right?
government.
I don't recommend that. I cannot
Marlito,
recommend
you might want to bleep that.
that.
Just in
That's
case.
funny. He's like, you know what? I don't wanna get that one. I don't want to be flagged.
I don't want issues.
That you see, William. The thing is with that is like, it doesn't matter if you're flagged. I just want our algorithm to be messed up with YouTube anyway.
I can't promise that. I'm a walking HR nightmare.
Oh man, that's funny. But yes, maybe stealing from criminals and holding it to support their like. They used to steal like gold from like mobsters. When it's not stealing, they seize it. Uh,
It's legal stealing.
it's legalized stealing. Pretty much, yeah. No, taxes is legalized theft.
Fair, fair, fair. I'll give you
It's
that.
completely different. It's good. Um, uh, so if it's okay, so depending on the crime that's committed, it kind of should be like the money should be returned to the people that was stolen from. But like,
I'm still waiting for politicians to return the money that they received from FTX.
That's not gonna happen, Logan.
A man can hope, can't he, and dream.
I
It's the
just
land
I
of the
don't
free.
understand. I don't understand how they're gonna be paid back 100% without getting that money.
Because they've had FTX had money invested in multiple places
Hmm. True.
that
You're right.
compensated for those losses.
You're right. I knew we talked about it. I just didn't want to say anything because I don't remember specifically what it was.
Uh,
Um, but yeah, since transactions happen on chain, we can technically return money that happens on chain that's not legitimate.
Yeah.
Um, that that kind of there's a term for that where it's called a covenants, where there's certain coins that could be tracked. This is something I heard. It never got traction, but a coin can be tracked from one wallet to another wallet to another wallet. Let's
Hmm.
say someone issues a coin uh, as a loan and says, "Oh, I'm going to issue this coin to you with a loan. You need to pay me back the same amount." Um, but then the loan never gets paid, and they spent this coin on something else. This coin has covenants where it's like, "Oh, if
We've talked
this
about
if
this.
yeah, we talked about it, but it never got traction. But since it's been a minute, I just figured I was like, we mentioned it really quickly. That coin could essentially return back to the original owner if the person who lent out the coin. But that doesn't make sense in terms of like how things can be spent because like no one would really get a coin for covenants. It wouldn't be used for transacting like money because of the fact that like oh if you could just spend money that's not yours, receive goods or services, knowing that if you don't pay back your loan, you still have the goods and services, but then the money will be sent back to its original owner. Like that's essentially theft.
That's yeah, just stuff.
Yeah, so that just won't work for money. Maybe there's some other use case where covenants might be good for, like let's say limited access to a hotel room, for example. Covenants would be like, okay, we're going to issue a token to your wallet that you could access this private room, and then whenever your term is up, coin automatically goes back to to the main issuer. That's just something I pulled out of my head right now, but that's just an example.
I see you cooking.
Yeah. Oh man, I was sitting on a bus today, and I was thinking about a really like completely ridiculous uh, coin use case,
Hmm.
and I don't know if I should run it through you, but I'm a roll with it. I'm a roll with it. So, for some reason, I was thinking about like uh, people wanting to have kids, but like either have like be inseminated or like the some one way or another.
Okay.
And like kind of like sperm banks and like donors and like how people want to have kids. And I was like, we should commoditize DNA. Issue out a token, like some someone produces a sample to a lab, and then
Hmm.
a token representing that person's sample gets put on a chain. So okay, whoever owns this token owns the rights to the sample that was submitted. So like
Okay.
so like okay, cool.
There's
You
no bad
start
ideas
at
here. Remember that.
so you start adding more tokens of that individual by submitting more samples to the bank, and then more gets into circulation. So like value kind of goes down, but like if this is a high interest person, like value can still relatively be high, right? But now who's gonna be like purchasing it? What's the transact? Bless you. What's the transaction gonna be like? Is someone just gonna like trade this for money? No, you kind of like want to use it to redeem the the
The
specimen.
sperm.
I would assume, right? Maybe you could just trade it. Maybe you can't. But like at some point, maybe someone wants to actually redeem it and utilize it.
So let's give an example. Let's do it. So
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk goes
Mm-hmm.
to the bank.
Uh-huh.
He drops a load. They
Drops a
give
load.
him the sperm bank goes. Now this is an Elon coin.
This is it. Yeah. the sperm bank issues
That
a
Elon
one
coin
Elon,
can theoretically be worth one Bitcoin because it's Elon's son.
essentially.
Because
Yeah,
well, it'll
exactly.
have Elon's DNA.
DNA. You'll have Elon's DNA. Now, uh, for someone to claim this token, maybe like you don't want to just have anyone access to to your sperm, or like have it be able to like just birth your child. You want your child to like have certain like requirements. So like for you to like earn another form of like currency that might actually let you buy this, you would have to like have like uh, some type of proof that you qualify. So the validators would be uh, someone who like kind of like child services that comes in and checks to make sure you qualify. You like list this like, oh, you have a stable income,
That's not
stable
how that works,
mentality.
but okay.
No, that's not how it works.
I don't. I think it's more for adopting children, not
I,
for insemination. I could be wrong.
hmm.
I've never looked into it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I was just spitballing ideas. I was like en route to from point A to point B, so I was like, let me just like I don't know. My mind was kind of like wandering. I don't know what to tell you.
Marlito,
And
you do what you want with this information. Leave it in if you want to at this point. I think he needs to go to bed.
like it's too late for him. It's too late. What's it called? It's
It's
currently
12.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock. I'm gonna sleep for probably like an hour and a half, and then catch a flight.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm sorry about my little rant. Ridiculousness.
I don't think it's a terrible idea. I just don't know how to work. But
It needs more development. Is what it
it needs more
is. It
development.
needs more.
It's not a shit idea. Like I said, no bad ideas. It needs work. That's all.
It needs work. It needs work. Or if someone
Guys,
wants to take it. Yes.
we apologize for the lackluster episodes.
Yeah, we've had 2 trial runs. Um,
We're working out the kinks here.
yeah, we just
And
had to.
scheduling isn't working out either.
We had to. We had scheduling was what got us this for this specific episode. Unexpected trip travel plans came up, and I wasn't able to be in the studio.
We promise you next remote episodes that will continue at some point will
We're
be
gonna
better.
learn from these two. These were trial run episodes. We had to do them. We had to stay consistent. We want to show up.
So, like always, like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, hit the bell. You're appreciated.
You appreciate it. You're very much loved. If you're a viewer and you watch this episode, thank you. We love you. At least I love you. I know what William loved you too. I speak of him too.
With that being said,
Thank you guys for tuning in to your favorite crypto podcast,
sometimes
The Unscripted.
crypto podcast.
Yo.
Hey yo.